Preseason for the Colonels means constant drills and tests of endurance, when the points scored mean less than the hard work put in. But this summer was different. Instead of running for miles, the Colonels flew them, over 18,000 miles, to reconnect with the program's past and solidify its future. Nicholls has a decade-long history recruiting players from Australia. Ryan Bathy, Stefan Bozinski, and the Colonels' third all-time leading scorer, Anatoly Bose, were all standout student athletes. In August, the team took advantage of an NCAA rule that allows for a squad to take an international tour once every 4 years. Assistant coach Mike Zeppel, a Melbourne native and former Colonel player, realizes this trip was invaluable for the program.
It makes sense to go to Australia and do a tour out there. And you're allowed to do a tour every 4 years. So we did a tour, I guess, 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago. And it was time where we were able to make another tour or do another tour. So we made a trip back to Australia again. And it's twofold. It's one, to let the kids see another culture, another country, an opportunity that they probably wouldn't have if they weren't playing. And secondly, as a recruiting tool, it's a big thing where people back home can see the university in person pretty much.
While on the trip, senior Lyndon Hyde-Smith received the opportunity to go home and play in front of family and friends.
It was good. It was a good experience. Because I'm obviously from Australia, my family and friends would never get to see me play. So it's a good opportunity to play in front of them, and they get to see what it's all about over here.
With this journey, the team was able to start practice earlier than most and grew closer to one another.
Get started earlier, so you're able to practice 10 practices in July before the trip, which is helps you, get things underway. And then off the court, having new guys make the trip, some freshmen make the trip that hadn't played before, hadn't been around the other team, the guys on the team, so they were able to come in and sort of get used to, get the feel for the guys and understand who's who, personalities and things like that, and learn stuff about each other. I mean, it's a good bonding experience.
I think we got a head start on all the other guys because we started our season a little bit early. We got about 4 games ahead of everybody. And then off the court, we got a chance to bond with each other. So I was a freshman. I think we had another new guy with us. I got to bond with the team and know the guys a little bit better.
Definitely team chemistry and playing together. We started a new offense this year. So we came in early in the summer and got a chance to work on that and trial it out in a few games over there before we came back here before conference started. So it was a good chance to gel as a team and get a feel for the offense.
Basketball might be one thing all these men have in common, but their cultures do have some differences.
People dress different over there, I guess. It was a bit of a shock to them, and talk different, they say funny words, and the money looks different, our money's colourful. We got gold coins and stuff, I've never seen anything like that. Food's different, more expensive. So.
Probably the food. I really like the food over here after being here for about 6 months. But yeah, when I first got here, it was pretty crazy seeing some of the stuff like jambalaya and all that. So.
I think the style, everybody out there just dress differently and they talk different. They have different accent.
Despite how their lifestyles may differ, it didn't stop Pierce Carroll, who played 1 year of high school ball in Baton Rouge, from becoming the first Aussie to join the Nicholls tradition as a non-scholarship student athlete, signifying just how strong the pipeline has grown.
Seeing them back over in Australia, just to see the type of athleticism and speed and pace that they play the game with something a lot different compared to what's over here, what's back home. But it was great to see what kind of talent they had, and I was really impressed.
Carroll finds similarities and differences between the American and Australian styles of play, but his adjustments are coming along.
I think the discipline's fairly similar. A lot of running in practice over here, but obviously I think the big difference between the two is probably the speed that the game is played. Back home it's really casual and come up and shoot a few shots. Over here it's 100% all the time. So it's taken a few months to get used to the speed. Pretty slow to start with, so I needed to get more athletic, and it's coming along, but I still probably got another few months, maybe another year before I can actually play at this level.
While in Australia, the Colonels had the opportunity to play against Carroll, who wasn't eligible yet to suit up for Nicholls, but joined a select all-star squad for a game. His roommate, freshman TJ Carpenter, enjoys the bond they have created.
He told me that he saw me when we was over there, but I didn't know him at first. We're both funny and outgoing, so I think we got along very well.
The Colonels will carry the memory of their adventure down under with them throughout their lives. The bond between this team grew stronger, as did the ties between the Louisiana Bayou and the Australian Bush. For Colonel Basketball Weekly, I'm Ashley Dufresne.